What is up, guys? My name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we're playing something pretty funny and actually a champion that I think kind of a lot of people probably have either a hate or a love relationship-ish too. That sounded kind of wrong, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah. So today we're playing a champ that was also suggested or requested by Alex Yanko and Miyako Gao. I think that's how you pronounce them. Very sorry if I completely destroyed your names. But today we are, of course, playing Master Yi. So we are basically this sword master who's honestly a hell lot of fun to play. So what we're gonna do today throughout this video is let's just ask for help here. Help, please. Help me. So what we're gonna do throughout this video is, first of all, we're gonna talk a little bit about Master Yi. Then we're gonna talk a little bit about who this champion is for, and then how his abilities work, and then we'll go into kind of the strategy of what you will like, how you want to play this guy early, mid, and late game. Yeah, I'm really fumbling with the words today, I'm sorry. Okay, so first and foremost, Master Yi is a champion, in my opinion, he's very misunderstood. And what I mean with this is that a lot of people think that all you have to do in Master Yi is run to your target and click a Q. And well, it is. So we're done. That's it. I'm done with the video. No, I'm kidding. He's actually a lot more complicated than that. Most people think that that's all there is to him, but it's really not. The thing is, his abilities, even though they're very simple, kind of requires a lot of knowledge of what your enemies can do and how you want to use your abilities to optimize damage. Like, I can give you guys a tip right here that I think probably even a lot of people at, like, probably I would say late gold probably don't know. Master Yi resets his auto attacks with his W. So by using your W here, like, if you I'll show you guys on the red buff up here. It's like, I know for a fact that most people don't know this. Now, for those of you who don't understand these spells yet, don't worry, I'll get to it and it'll make more sense. But if I click a W here and then click, then immediately stop it, then you can actually reset your auto attack. We'll talk more about that one as we get to the spell. But yeah, Master Yi is more complicated than what meets the eye. Like, most people think he's super easy, but I wouldn't say he is, but there's more to him than meets the eye, as I just said. All right. So all that aside, let's talk a little bit about yeah, who this champion in general is for. And my opinion is that if I had a new or a friend who was like, dude, I want to play League and I really want to play the jungle and I like Master Yi, then I would actually be like, yo, dude, that's a pretty good choice. I'm not even gonna lie, I like it. Master Yi is, even though he has some depth to him, then he also really he also, like, he's also very simple at the same time. He's a funny mix in that way. He has potential to that you can build on top of it, but he's not too complicated, because his mechanics are fairly simple, but not. Yeah, we'll get to it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm making things more confusing than they have to be. But yeah, I would say this is a good champion for anyone that just wanna, like, are new at League and want to play the jungle, or if you're just new at jungle, then he's also a great champion. That's 100% for sure. So yeah, and also if you're an experienced player, then Master Yi is very usable. Like, a lot of people, like, well, people don't play him on high rating, and that's, like, for the most part, that's right. He is not a highly played champion at, like, pro level and very high elo, but he's actually not as bad as you might think. He's just kind of a weird champ, but you can easily go to, like, end gold with him and carry your way to end gold, probably even to start diamond. And I know there are challenger Master Yis out there that basically just one trick this guy. It is very doable. So yeah, don't get discouraged by the champion. Don't feel like you're limited by him, because you're really not. You just kind of need to learn how he overall works. All right, so let's move on from all of that and let's talk a little bit about his abilities, and you guys will get a much better understanding of how this guy actually, yeah, comes together and why he's not as simple as people might think. So first and foremost, we have his passive, and his passive is a pretty cool one, and it's basically what gives this animation where he's like, and that is what is called double strike. That's his passive. And what his passive like basically does is that it allows MipZ to double strike, as the name kind of says it, on every fourth attack he makes. So this is kind of a cool thing, that every fourth attack he makes, then he can just, yeah, he double strikes, and the second strike deals some extra bonus damage. So it's a very, very neat and very cool feature that honestly allows him to deal a lot more damage. So it's something that you need to keep in mind. You can see how close you are to the stacks down here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 strike, double attack. 1, 2, you can see it on the timer. Very simple. That's all your passive does. It does work together with your... We should have smited this, by the way. I'm sorry if the gameplay is kind of halting or whatever you say while I'm trying to talk. I'll try and just do decently and explain, and then we'll focus on actually doing well. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, kind of just going through the motions here. Okay, so yeah, that's all your passive does. Super cool. Knowing this thing with the stacks down here, looking at the bar for the double strike is going to be very important. I'll get to why, but it works together with your W, for those of you who don't know. But we'll talk about why that is. So let's just move on to the next ability. And the next ability is probably the ability that MipZ is most known for, and that's his Alpha Strike, his Q. The way that one works, let's just smite this. The way that this attack works is... Ooh, wait. I smell food. No, he's gone. I'm not even gonna bother, actually. All right. But the way that Alpha Strike works is that MipZ can click you can click your Q, and then MipZ basically does this thing where he becomes untargetable and deals damage to any of 4 targets that are marked, meaning that up to 4 targets can be hit by his Alpha Strike. So right here we have 3 targets. We'll just wait for the cooldown, and we'll just use heal for the waiting because it's fun. Wouldn't do this normally, but just to show you guys. So if you Q this one, it hits all of them. It deals basically this alpha bam 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 thing, and it deals damage to every single target up to 4 targets. If there are less than 4 targets present, then it can hit the same target more than once. But for every second, or for every what's it called, for every time it hits the same target more than once, more than the first time, those strikes only deal 25% damage. So let's say, just for the sake of simplicity, that your Alpha Strike, each thingy deals 100 damage. So if you're only hit 1 target with your Alpha Strike, that means that all 4 jumps hit that target. Then you're gonna deal 100 damage, and then you're gonna deal 4 times the or 3 times. Whoop, we're actually dying here. 3 times the 25 damage. So that's basically how that one works. So in a sense, with MipZ, you kind of wanna, like, if you're going for like an all-in on someone, then you kind of wanna isolate the target, kind of like with Kha'Zix, like a very assassin-based style. Let's get that. I think we're gonna go for... Let's get the Ninja Tabis. Actually, let's get ourselves a control ward. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can start ganking a little bit. I'll try and see if I can find one while we're explaining. But yeah, the cool thing, of course, with the Alpha Strike is that there is a bit of range on this one. This means that you can use this one for various things, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this ability. And this is one of the things that really makes or breaks whether or not you're a decent or like an average MipZ player, or whether you're a good one. Because a good MipZ player, will use his Alpha Strike not just randomly to do damage, but he'll use them with a purpose, if that kind of makes sense. And when I say with a purpose, that means that, well, okay, you know your enemy is going to flash. Well, if you can, then hold on to it until you actually need, or till he actually flashes. This way, whoop, okay, just gonna get that guy away from him. Then wait for him to flash, or till you know he's okay. Like, imagine that somebody's running away from you and he's running to this wall. So he's running from here to here for some reason. You know he's flashing up here. So as he gets to this wall, then Q him, because that way you're actually going to come with him on his flash. So you're basically like tagging along. And you can really use this for your advantage. It's free, like free mobility. Also, if you're playing against somebody who has a heavy burst spell or something else, or something very significant that you're like, if I can dodge this spell, it's a secure kill for me. Like, imagine you're ganking a Vigar. You know, this Vigar is, I don't know, 10 to 0, and you're like, well, if he doesn't hit his ult, I'm gonna kill him. Let's just say that for the sake of of understanding things. Well, if you know for a fact that you just need to Q when he ults you, then you're not going to take damage from his ult and you're going to win the engage. So hold on to your Q. The same goes for when you're ganking a lane. Think about whether or not do you need your Q in order to get to your target, or can you hold on to it such that oh, let's go down here. Or can you hold on to it such that whoop. Do they have vision? I'm not actually going in there. All right, wasted my ult. Yeah, they backed out in proper time. Maybe we could have dived it, but I didn't really feel like it, so I'm not gonna risk the biscuit. So like, if you don't need your Alpha Strike in order to set up a gank, like if you're running down here and you know for a fact that, well, I'm gonna get to this target no matter what, he probably still has you flash or he has some other mobility, then hold on to it. Hold on to it till either the second that he's about to use it and you know you can tag along, or use it when he does so. Like, sometimes holding on to an ability puts on more pressure on your enemy than using it, because they know you have it. So they're like, I'm waiting for his Q, but then the Q never comes and he's like, well, it's too late to flash now. I'm dead no matter what, and he's gonna Q after me. So, like, think about how to use this ability. It's so useful for so freaking many things. And yeah, it's just overall and a very, very insane spell that is, it's, yeah. Like, I don't know how to underline it. Another cool thing with it is that it also gets some cooldown reduction, or gets the cooldown on it gets reduced a little bit every time he auto attacks. You can see here, every time you auto attack, then Master Yi's cooldown on Alpha Strike is reduced by 1 second, and this just allows you to get that much more sustain. All right, I'll go up there and save that turret. Let me see. I don't think I want to kill this guy, so I'm just gonna take the farm. Okay, so that's it for the Alpha Strike. I'll try and give you guys some good examples on everything. Such that we get, whoop, let's get this farm. So that you guys will understand just how important, or just how good this spell is. And like, using it for dodging things is just so essential. All right. Well, with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about his next spell called Meditate. And Meditate is kind of, you know, the thing that he does where he's like, yeah, that's kind of what he does. But yeah, Meditate is very, very simple, but there is an aspect of it that a lot of people don't actually realize, which I think is very, very, very important. So let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, Meditate, it when you click it, it heals. So he starts channeling like this and starts healing. As he heals more, the lower health he is. So for every percentage lower health he is, the more healing he gets from the spell, which is kind of simple. So it's yeah, it gives more health when you're low health. It's kind of that. Apart from that, it also allows Master Yi to to reduce any damage that he's about to take. So if Master Yi is just about to take damage, or if while he's channeling, while he's channeling, the damage on him is reduced. It's reduced by, I can't, no way I can beat that right now. Nope. All right. They're probably gonna go Drake, and there's probably not much I can do about it. Okay, so I think we'll just rotate top. Doesn't seem like they're pushing too much, so I'll just go in here, see if I can help up. All right. Yeah, so also meditate, as I was saying, reduces any damage to Master Yi with up to, I think it's 65 or 70% at when he has the spell max ranked. So this is also something like, imagine that you're, yeah, let's do the Vigar example again. If Vigar is holding you, you can't Q it because you have it on cooldown for some reason. Well, then you can click your W and meditate, and that way you're also gonna take a hell lot less damage. So that's also, I also want to show you guys you can jump over walls. This is a waste of my ward, but like you can jump over walls with your Alpha Strike, of course, if you have a target that is within range. Okay, so all this aside, that was kind of, there's a part of meditate. Let's just summarize meditate because it got kind of, yeah, kind of split it into different sections. So let's try and just sum all of it up. Meditates allow you to heal. It heals more the lower HP Master Yi is. Apart from that, while Master Yi is channeling, it reduces any damage that Master Yi is gonna take with up to 65 or 70%, don't remember. And apart from that, here's the aspect that a lot of people don't know, that while you are meditating, then your E Wujo style and your old Highlander both, oh, I'm not gonna take that fight. I don't know whether mid laners. I kind of want to get this this rift, and we also should start to gank a little bit. Yeah, okay, so for now, we're just the farm kings. You know what, I'm not even getting back. I'm gonna go check if I can take the rift. Also, is this guy pushing? No. Okay, so it also pauses the like meditation also pauses your Wujo style and your Highlander. And what I mean with pauses, why I use this term for it, is because your Wujo style and your old Highlander, I'll explain what they do, but just know for now that when you click them, they're activated for a certain duration, and it just pauses this duration. So while you're channeling, you don't lose the effects of your E and your ult. That's all that part does, but it's pretty essential. Then there is another thing with meditate, and that's what I like. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know a lot about the meditate part, and that is whenever you're meditating, then for each second you're meditating, he gets a stack of double strikes. So you can see here 1, and we got 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stacks, and our next attack is going to be a double strike. So this can be useful, first of all, because if you're very low and you want to survive, then you can click your W to take less damage, heal a little bit, wait for your double strike to be fully stacked, such that your next attack is gonna hit twice and deal extra damage on the second attack, which is super useful. So that's something you want to keep in mind. It's really, really, really good. And then back to the part that we kind of talked about at the very beginning. What you can do is that you can attack, and then you can actually W and instantly stop it. And that way you're actually going to refresh or auto refresh your what's it called, your auto attack timer, meaning that you can auto attack and then instantly auto attack afterwards again if you should we do this? I'm not happy about this Leona. I don't know if... Nah, this seems risky. I don't really need... I'm afraid they're going to push the second turret if I back, but I'm going to go for it. Okay. Let's get that. Okay, so that was it for the meditate. So let's get to the next spell, and this one is called Wujo Style. And it's just as cool as it sounds. And we kind of talked a little bit about what it is, or you guys know at this point that it's something that you activate and it has a duration. The thing is that every time you activate your Wujo style, should we gank this guy? Probably should have. Every time you activate your Wujo style, then Master Yi deals some bonus damage on all of his auto attacks, and this bonus damage is dealt as true damage. And for those of you who don't know what true damage is, true damage means that you ignore any armor, any magic resist that the target might have. So that's kind of what that thing does. It's fairly simple. There's still a turret, dude. Not feeling it. I am not feeling that one. We could probably beat the... Might be able to beat the Olaf in a 1-on-1, to be honest, if that happens. So we kind of just want to see if we can find a good opportunity for casting the Rift. I think we'll look up here, actually. Okay, so yeah, that's basically all Wujo style does. It's quite a simple spell. You click it, you deal bonus damage on your basic attacks, and this damage is dealt as true damage. And you do this for 5 seconds. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but pretty cool. We're gonna pop the Rift here just because I want to make sure that I don't forget it. And I haven't really done anything this game apart from farming. I'll let Swain take the farm because he's pinging me and he should. So that's fine. All right, so that's it for the Wujo style. And if you guys remember, you can pause the duration of it by using Meditate. All right, our next spell is called Highlander. And Highlander is... like, this is Master Yi Super Saiyan thing. Like, this is what honestly just makes him go completely and utterly nuts. Oh, whoop, I don't want to die. Maybe we should actually stayed on that turret, taking it down. Gonna play a little safe here. Gonna take some of his farm. I can see Drake is up. We should probably go get that one. I have 6 seconds on my smite. This should be fine. Not a single kill so far. This is awesome. We're just farming. Okay, so Highlander, what this thing can do is, first of all, it gives Yi a lot of movement speed, like a lot. It makes him run up to 55% faster, which is insane. Also, it increases his attack speed by, I think it's up to like 65% if I remember correctly. And then he ignores while he's running super fast, as we just talked about, like Superman speed. That could have been such a steal. While he's running super fast, then he also ignores any unit collision. And for those of you that are like MipZ, what is unit collision? Well, unit collision is basically that when any minions or something is blocking you. Like if I'm running here, you can see my character kind of runs around it. And when ignoring unit collision means you just run straight through it. Pretty simple. Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. Whenever that Master Yi, and this is a passive side of his ult, whenever Master Yi kills or gets an assist, then his cooldowns are just reduced by 70%. He basically gets them back. It's cool, it's fun, and it makes Master Yi go pretty freaking nuts on just about anyone. So right here, we're just gonna start having fun with Master Yi. This is just Master Yi. Oh my god. The feels. It feels so good. Yeah. So at this point, we just got pretty fed, which is fun. But yeah. So Highlander, the passive side, allows you to like reduce the cooldown of all. What? God damn it, man. Can't believe they actually surrendered. Okay, so let me just finish explaining this. I'm sorry that it kind of yeah, they finished. I hate this. I was just about to get fed. Okay, so as I was saying, every time Master Yi kills somebody or gets an assist, all of his other cooldowns are reduced by by 70%, meaning that you basically just get your cooldowns back. It's fun. Another thing is that if you have your Highlander active, meaning that you have the buff on, So like you click your ult, it now lasts for 7 seconds, and you have this amazing movement speed, insane attack speed, and you also have the immune to unit collision. Then on top of that, if you get a kill or an assist while this is active, then things become fun, because then it extends the duration by 7 seconds, allowing you to go full the flash on them, and it's fun. It's really freaking fun. Yeah, I'm very sorry these guys surrendered. That was actually really sad. I'll probably see if I could do a video where I kind of show you guys some more kills sometime on MipZ, because he's a very fun champion. But yeah, a lot of his abilities, as we talk about, just kind of wanna just shortly talk about some of these things before we end everything off. That's basically that, like, use your alpha strike with a purpose. This is very important. So use your alpha strike to either tag along on a flash or mobility. Use it to catch up to an enemy that's getting away. Use it to dodge if you're all in and the other guy's all in on you, use it to dodge his most heavy damage attack. Super useful also. Like, there's so many good use cases for it that it's very rare that it's like, well, I just do it for the damage. Of course, there are times where you want to do that, but for the most part, really think about when you use this thing. With the meditate, learn how to do the cancel meditate for optimizing damage. Of course, only do this if it's an all-in, you know that it's your damage pumping versus his damage. Then really learn how to do this meditate. It's super good, especially at level 3 ganks. Then I see a lot of videos with people that are like, well, then rank up your Q another time to get extra damage. Honestly, I would never do that. W gives you safety, and you actually get more burst with it if you know how to auto attack reset with it. It's super good. And yeah, Wujo style, simple. You always basically use it when you're on top of the target, starting to auto attack them. Get that damage in there, super important. And yeah, your Highlander, kind of self-explanatory. It's really good. Use it such that you have optimal uptime on it. I'm a little sorry that these guys ended this game so early, because I really wanted to talk more about like the laning, mid game, or early, mid, and late game. I'll try and just strive over it here, but in the early game, a lot of people are saying that you should just farm. You can do that on MipZ. I'm not saying that that's a terrible idea, but he's very underrated in terms of ganking early, because he actually has really good damage if you know how to play with it, if that makes sense. If you know this meditate, cancel, or auto attack cancel, if you use your Q right and use your E, then you can actually do a lot of damage. But what you do need to think about in the early game when ganking is that you have to rely on your teammates to have crowd control. So like, you don't have any crowd control, you don't have your ult for the insane mobility. So look for lanes, look for your teammates lanes, for which ones have crowd control to set up the kill, so they can initiate or catch people. So don't just gank mindlessly. Try and kind of think like, okay, let's see, we have a Leona down there, let me go there. That's a good idea, because she can stun and I can deal the damage, and boom, 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 free kill. Definitely think about that. That is super crucial. For the mid game, make sure you have your farm up. MipZ is very, very gold dependent. He becomes super strong. He can actually 1v5. You guys probably seen numerous times this, and this is probably why some people hate him. I fully understand that, by the way, but also why some people love him. He is a very, very fun champion, but he needs the gold. So getting good at keeping your gold up is very important. It makes you super strong. And then for the late game, what you actually want to do, and for general team fighting with MipZ, then here's kind of the tricky part. Well, MipZ is a champ that he's kind of assassin-like in team fighting, meaning that you never want to go in first. You want to wait for your team to initiate the fight. That's basically what you want to do in a sense. Like you want to look for, like, look at the enemy team. Look, okay, let's say that they have a Vigar with, and we all know, or now we do at least, that Vigar has a stun. They maybe have a Jarvan. So okay, so what do you want to do here? Well, we want to make sure that Jarvan has used his jump, and we want to make sure that Vigar has used his stun. So if that's the only CC or crowd control effects they have on their team, then that's what we're kind of waiting for. So as soon as those things are out, then what we want to go is we want to try and come most commonly from the side or from the back or something like that, but in some cases also the front, and we want to go for the squishes. We just want to hack them down real quick, that you kill them really quickly. So you really want to try and be like kind of an assassin. Think of yourself like a Rengar, the Flash version. Yeah, that sounded kind of weird, but kind of mean it. You never want to be the one that initiates the fight, because you're very easy to shut down. Like imagine the Leona is in the enemy team. She's stunned she twice, you're dead. And one thing I actually forgot to mention about the Highlander, that is your ult, that is pretty essential, is that you are also immune to any kind of slow effects. So you cannot be slowed, but you can be stunned and snared for that matter. So it's just slowing effects. So if somebody throws somebody like 35% slow, then that doesn't impact you. Yeah, that's kind of it. I think we got kind of around everything. MipZ is also a great split pusher, by the way. Do not underestimate that. Even though you're playing jungle, you can really play around it. You're super strong in 1v1s, as we talked about. Just want to repeat it one time because I said it very early. Your Q, if you are doing 1v1s, then it's always better if you can isolate the target so there are no minions or no nothing else, because as we talked about, your alpha strike can hit the same target multiple times, which is really good. And yeah, then it deals extra damage. Even though the extra times only deal 25% of the full damage, it's still 3 times 25%, which goes to 75, meaning that instead of dealing 100 damage, if let's, yeah, for just some number, then you would deal 175 damage. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this somewhat useful. I'm very sorry that they ended the game and it became kind of a farm fest, but I feel like it still got kind of the message across of like how to play Master Yi and what you need to think about, how things work together and everything. So yeah, and we will probably do a video sometime in the future where we just get some more kills. You guys can see that I can actually also kill stuff with him. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for this one. If you guys have any extra tips that you want to help other new Master Yi players with, hop them down in the comment section. And if you have some requests for a champion that you would like to see me play or that you would like a guide on, also just tell me in the comment section below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this one, then don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps me out. Really do enjoy it. I love seeing the number go up, and also it suggests the video to more people, which is cool. And lastly, if you are not already subscribed, then go ahead and do it, because like 98% of you guys are not. That's pretty awkward, but it's okay. But do it now. Okay, so all of this aside, yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, join in on my Discord, Instagram, all that fuss if you feel like it. If you don't, then don't. And yeah, yeah, I guess that's fine too. Just hurt my feelings. No, okay, all that aside, that is gonna be it for this video. As always, we're gonna finish the video off in a good manner. So as always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.